Um,
Everyone thinks Ubers are safe when they're traveling.
Not in South Africa. As a 17-year-old girl going
Yeah.
out with her best friend, wearing very minimal clothing, possibly quite drunk by 1 a.m., when two of them flop into your Uber and the Uber drivers haven't been properly, assessed or whatever, things happen. Things go down. So basically, I was always told I wasn't allowed to go out unless I was going out with male friends, and I wasn't allowed to go in Ubers or anything unless there was a male friend present. And even so, we were always a bit like, can your older brother just drive us and pick us up instead? Because we used to do this thing if we absolutely had to get an Uber. We would go via McDonald's and buy the Uber driver whatever he wanted at McDonald's as a way to like bribe him to not do anything to us and to get us home safely. And the one time we
Fucking
did that,
hell.
we got to McDonald's and it was such a sketchy Uber driver and he was saying such weird things. We just got out and told him to leave and then phoned somebody to come pick us up because we were like, we would rather wait here at McDonald's at 2 a.m. for somebody else to come get us than be in your Uber driver, be in your Uber with you, Mr. Driver. So yeah, it's a different world. So difficult to articulate to people. And also like when we had a night out, if we made it back, not spiked, with our phone, with our ID, with our money, like without something being stolen or being drugged, it was a good night, which is
Oh
wild.
my God.
So going out in Europe like we did in Lisbon was so freeing for me. We were just walking the streets with total strangers, going into clubs and, drinks open, not worrying about what is going in it and like my phone waving in the like it different world.
Wow.
Mm.
So in South Africa, there is a McDonald's test for Uber drivers in order to get home safe.
I don't know if this happens to every South African, but that's certainly what
That's what
my
I'm gonna,
friend that
that's
I
what I'm gonna
did.
get out of this. If I take an Uber in South Africa, I'm like, bro, you want a Big Mac? Let's go get a Big Mac. All right, are
I
you?
think I think as a white male you'll be okay.
I'll bite him. No,
Yeah.
I'm, I'm,
Different
I'm,
world.
I'm joking, but that's legit fucking terrifying. So yeah, I got this Uber. It's this billion-dollar company from San Francisco, U.S. It's super special blah 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 pioneer of ride sharing. Now here in South America, I'm trying to get home. Oh yeah, but down here, even with all the verifications and everything, in order to get home safe, I gotta take my friendly Uber driver to the McDonald's to see if he's gonna try and sexually assault me. So
Well,
we're gonna buy a
to make
Big
sure
Mac.
he doesn't.
Yeah. In the course of buying the Big Mac, I'm gonna see what he says about my short skirt because I'm a gal enjoying my life. And if I'm freaked out, well, then it probably means I'm gonna get murdered, and chopped up into little pieces. So I gotta go. You failed the McDonald's test. I'm on my third Uber driver. It's 6 a.m. Now I gotta go from buying him breakfast to buying a regular burger, and he's not gonna open up as much then because he's pissed that there's no breakfast. It's hard to find a good Uber driver here in South
And
Africa.
often
Okay, got
they
excited.
will.
I'm sorry, but
That's
that's
okay.
fucked.
And often when you get into the Uber driver situation, you can almost guess because they'll be like, oh, but I'm so thirsty. Oh, but I'm so hungry. It's been such a busy night. Such a busy night. And then you have to go buy a McDonald's. Because otherwise you're like, shit.
Wait, really? So you
Yeah.
get in the Uber and it's like, oh, white girl, I'm really hungry.
Yep.
Would be nice if you could buy me a Big Mac so I don't murder you.
Yep.
Fucking,
Isn't that wild? And
we need a
then
South
it
African
gets
Harry
worse.
Potter.
It gets worse. When you get stopped by the cops in a roadblock, the best thing is they always say to you, oh, but your brake lights are not working. And you know your brake lights are working. But that is basically code for give me money and I'll let you go. Then you have to scramble around, get some cash out, slip it into your ID, give them your ID or your driver's, whatever. They go, oh, but it's okay. You can go now. And when I sold my car, the little unit where I kept my money had like a gap in it and it sucked in like 300 grand. So when I sold my car, I sold it with like telling them, I was like, there's 300 grand under the AC unit. It just that, so just so you know. And then when I pulled out my old South African ID the other day, I found 200 rand still in it. There was clearly for bribe money for whatever expedition I was going on next. But yeah, you can't trust the cops. And if you get out the car, good luck to you.
Why?
Oh, heaven knows what they'll do to you. I had a couple
When I'm
friends that had
nervous, I
things done
tell
to them.
horrible. When I'm nervous, I tell horrible jokes. What would happen? How bad is it? I'm getting nervous, and I'm in Kansas City.
Well, let's not talk anymore about it because we are 2 hours and 17 minutes deep, and it's taking a dark turn, isn't it?
I know it always takes a dark turn because it's exciting. You know, people think. Well, I don't know what people think about travelers actually, but there's so much crazy shit that goes on, and we love sharing crazy stories. I always say we should share some happy stories.
But I would love to share. I would love to share more crazy stories, but I don't want to put people off of South Africa because it does have so much to offer. And if you want to go, please do go to Cape Town. There's vineyards, there's amazing hikes, there's Table Mountain, there's Lion's Head, there's beautiful beaches, there's penguins, there's the best seafood you'll ever taste. And if you just go up the way, you can go and find a couple game parks and go and do safaris. Go to the Kruger. The Kruger is beautiful. You go to the Drakensberg.
I thought you said that those were